Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to continue our series of comparing sort of previous models versus what's out there in the marketplace right now, current models. Today we're got some Cobra product to look at.
This is something of a legendary driver design from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, so what we've done is obviously we've chosen not to just go back one edition.
Yeah, two or three generations.
Which we've done in the past.
Yep.
So, you know, based on some feedback we got with regards to maybe some tailor-made product, how does Sim compare to the 2016 M2?
Yeah.
We've been selective, as we've said, about which product we've pulled in.
Right.
So you're right when you say this one has sort of some legendary status to it. The King Limited of 2016.
And Bryson DeChambeau was using that for the last few weeks, is that right?
He did. He went through some. I think with his kind of newfound ball speed, he was having some driver issues. He was,
oh really?
Yeah, he was. I mean, from what I heard, he was breaking heads.
So that's the. Okay, I didn't realize that was the reason he was going back to that one.
You know, when you start pushing the limits of 200 mile an hour ball speeds.
Yeah, it's a lot of force on a driver.
Yeah, these heads are not designed to take that amount of speed.
That's a really good point. So when you watch long drive, those heads are built for long drive. Even if it looks like a Callaway, what were we talking about? Flash. They started making Flash long drive heads, but it's not a regular Flash. It's like
a completely
5 degrees aloft and reinforced and everything. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
So the wall thicknesses and things like that have to be modified.
Right.
So he went back to King Limited, and is he still? I didn't actually see his data from the weekend.
90% sure he was still using it.
Yeah,
pretty sure he was still using it.
That's certainly what I'd heard. And actually from the design team at Cobra, they actually think this was not just one of the best drivers they ever made, they just think it's one of the best products. I mean, generalizing, they actually think it was one of the best products ever made from an engineering perspective.
It's really cool.
So
for someone that's developed so many things over the years, for them to kind of earmark this as the one that was really their favorite.
And this one's certainly, you know, predating any sort of TXG YouTube history.
That's true. We
never
never
had the opportunity to ever hit it until now.
It's the TXG debut.
It is. So we obviously have seen probably the fastest ball speeds that we've ever had have been from Cobra drivers historically.
It is.
F9
it's
and
2 years in a row.
Speedzone.
It's had the unicorn swing twice. Yeah, that's true.
So I'm really interested to see if the formula was dated back several editions.
Yeah, and then if that is the case, then look for the other differences in it. And what have they kind of come along with in those? I guess it's been 4 years now.
Yeah. There are some different design differences that I've already seen when just speccing out these two drivers, and I won't give away kind of what they are or that type of thing yet, but it's very, very interesting what they have done with this that this doesn't have.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get some in with that. We'll switch back and forth once or twice just to keep it even.
So we'll baseline with Speedzone?
We'll start with Speedzone, yeah.
Okay. That's really good there. So good there.
That's good. That's hit well. Didn't quite come back, but that's really solid.
How does it feel?
Really good.
That was really nice. Very good swing.
It's good. Sounds and feels really good, this driver. That's actually quite good.
Good, eh?
Yep.
Beautiful.
This is I like this combination of this shaft. Go, go. That's good.
a monster.
It's a beast, that one.
Okay, Matty boy, good job in the testing. Came out remarkably similar. Again, I think we're seeing a bit of a trend with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
With products that were at the time very high performance products.
True.
And I think that's the one thing, guys, to realise when we are testing things. We're handpicking the best of those years.
Yeah. This wasn't like it was a kind of an okay driver by any means.
And no one at Cobra is going to watch this video and be surprised at this test.
Yep.
No one.
No, for sure.
You know, there is a couple of things to talk about, but none of them will be surprised that kept up with the current line.
In terms of speed and stuff. Yeah.
For a player like yourself,
correct.
Someone who's hitting it well and very consistent. So let's look at delivery data. So slight discrepancy on how it read speed. We know we occasionally see that. So, going to pretty much say they're both as efficient as each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Delivered loft, delivered dynamic lie, face, path, attack. Nothing in it, right? Yeah. The ball data showed that Speedzone was marginally higher launch, marginally higher spin. The one thing with Speedzone, it's lighter than King Limited.
Is it?
7 grams.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to say that.
Yeah.
7 grams lighter.
7 grams. So King Limited came in at 200 grams without the sleeve. King Speedzone was 193.
Gotcha.
So you could, by the modern design of Speedzone, you could actually add that additional weight. So you could put more weight in the back here, deepen that CG, and get
maybe
something.
Get a bit more speed.
Yeah, and maybe get a little bit more, especially more launch as well.
So important to say, we tested them like this because we wanted to make them as similar as possible.
Yes, yeah.
Fitting this driver, I agree with you. I think there's more potential to get a bit more out of it. And this was weight. Yeah. If anyone's looking at the spin, it's not a negative. You put the weight back because I don't need any lower spin. If you put that weight forward, I bet you that's 1,800 RPMs.
100%.
So that's not a negative.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. If you boosted the head weight total of this with the custom weights, I do think this might start to edge that a bit. But I just wanted to keep it, stock-ish.
Yeah.
So that we make it fair, but
one has the capability and one doesn't. So you're not really at that point you're testing the adjustability of the head,
which is different.
Not the product as it is, and trying to provide value to you guys because not everyone's going to have a custom weight kit from Cobra. So if you have a King Limited driver and you go into a store to test it against Speedzone, the likelihood of them coming out with a custom weight kit to modify this to get it to be the same head weight of that is very slim.
At your typical shop, exactly.
At your typical
and that's
shop.
why the fitting process is, again, going to validate this whole thing, because this probably could edge it, but it needs to be in a setting where someone can extract that extra bit from it.
And edge it by probably another 3 or 4 yards. I think if we kind of deepened that CG, we could probably tilt the launch up another maybe degree, and we could maybe sort of keep. Well, we wouldn't want the spin to move anywhere.
No, not really.
We could probably get another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah. So we're talking about, again, incremental improvement from what was a really good driver. You can read dispersion was a little bit better, but again, that's just a one-time session. So. It's a good update still, but again, that's a good driver that will probably still serve someone well if they don't want to, oust the money for the new one.
Definitely. If someone has a pretty neutral ball flight and they don't really need the adjustability, because the thing with Spaceport on the back of King Limited, that's what they called this kind of large disc at the back here.
Yep.
There was 16 grams of weight that was placed sort of deep and back. So the idea at the time was it was to move the CG of the driver into the neutral axis of the CG of the head. So what that basically meant that they were pulling it down more. So normally drivers don't really sit as in a CG position. They sit above the neutral CG of the head. What that tends to do is cause the head to do a little bit more of that. So by pulling it deep and back, they were able to get it into a position where you were able to get it neutral to the strike, or even get the head doing that slightly. If the head starts doing that, you can actually start to get a little higher launch, a little lower spin.
Right, so that's a little bit of that distance package comes from that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But the thing, the evolution of that through speedback has been that you now have through the design at the back, you can get the CG lower than ever before, and it's adjustable.
Yes.
Right. So
you can see how much lower that back is.
A lot different. Cool. So you can do so much more with it. So I think if they're comparable in ball speed, that's definitely a plus for King
Agree.
Speedzone. with the extra adjustability, I love that.
Who knows, exactly. And I would think this would be a little more stable over time, over hundreds of tee shots and stuff like that. But yeah, good test.
Good. Fun. Excellent. Okay. Not too many more. I think we've got a TaylorMade test coming up.
TaylorMade and a Ping is left.
TaylorMade and Ping.
Yeah.
Two
goodies.
We've got M1 and M2 from 2016, and we have the G30 LST.
LST, yeah.
Excellent.
Will be good.
Okay. Stay tuned for those guys. We'll see you again soon.